Okay, so let's talk about 365 Days this day. Yes, there is a sequel to 365 Days, the movie that took by storm last year on Netflix. Netflix said, hey, made us a lot of money. Come on, let's do it again. And they do it again. That wasn't supposed to. Never mind. So yeah, before we get started, of course, this is a hard MA TVMA because of corn. I don't think YouTube allows the actual word, but corn, you know what that rhymes with? Definitely in this movie. So yeah, definitely hard MA before we get started. And I talked about it in the first video for the first movie as well, but let's talk about 365 days this day. So I made a video last year talking about what the sequel would offer because this is based on books. And pretty much we're the same here. We are covering the same stuff and we are going to talk about it. So this movie picks up right where the last one left. As we know, there was a hit out on Laura, and pretty much Massimo was devastated. What was going to happen, what was not. But by the end of it, we see at the beginning of this movie that she has survived and she is well on her way to get married. They have their honeymoon and they do their thing. They always do in the first movie as well. But then things start to take a certain turn as there is some hostility still there. There is like no changing who Massimo is. Laura finds this out as well. On one hand, she also has her best friend Olga pretty much getting with Domenico, who is Massimo's right hand, and they ultimately get engaged by the end of it all. Laura is still like a little bit with Massimo having some like friction and stuff like that. And she is just at her last straw when she sees Massimo with former lover Anna. And she's like, that's it, I'm done. She ultimately runs into the arms of Nacho, and Nacho and her go out and just like start to get a little closer than I think Massimo would like. What Laura doesn't know, however, is that that was not Massimo. That was his evil twin, Adriano. And yes, there's evil twins because this is just a novella, right? So pretty much evil twin Adriano and Anna had been planning this. They wanted to get Laura, but she ended up going with Nacho after the party. And she's pretty much spending some time with him now, but he's kind of having some feelings, which puts Laura in a weird situation as well because the feelings aren't mutual there really, and she really just wants to get back to Massimo. But ultimately, he tells her who his father is, who is the head of the mafia that is the rival to Massimo. And Laura's just like, shit, what the fuck's about to go down, right? He says that the father wants to have a meeting with her, and she's ultimately being used as a pawn. At the meeting, Massimo's there as well, and they want Massimo to step down and for Adriano to take his place. Of course, Massimo is not going to allow this. Adriano had a big part in his father's death, and he is not going to let this happen at all. This is ultimately all interrupted. By the end of it, though, however, we shift gears to something completely different as Adriano and Anna are now confronting Laura, and pretty much it turns into a standoff. Massimo's there, Nacho's there, and then we get a full blown out shootout. And this shootout pretty much deals blows to all sides. We see Adriano shot, we see Anna shot, and we see Laura shot. Massimo runs and holds Laura, and that's where our movie just completely ends. We're done. So, fret not, there is a third movie on the way, and I will make another video just as I did for the sequel last year talking about what this book holds and what we could possibly see. So, definitely make sure that notifications turned on and that subscribe bell as well. But what's next? What comes next, right? So does Laura die? What happens with Adriana and Anna? What happens with Nacho and Laura? Is Laura alive? That's the big question. I mean, if we're getting a third film, we're pretty much assured Laura's gonna be okay. However, the fallout it could be different. We could have Adriana and Anna both perish, and then we just deal with Nacho, his father, and the mafia. Or we could have one of the others survive, such as Adriana or Anna, one of them, and pretty much dealing with them as well on top of the Nacho situation. So Laura, for sure, in my opinion, is alive. I think we're gonna see her in the next film for sure. There's no doubt about that in my mind. I will make a video breaking down in the theory video for the third film how that's possible and what comes next after that. But I don't necessarily know exactly where Adriano and Anna will fit in all of this. I could definitely see them this being the last film that they're in, but then that would be such a waste, I feel, for the characters. So we could definitely see them pop up in the next one. But Netflix, I'm pretty sure just the reception this is getting already, they're pretty much going for that third film already because they already did it actually. So they actually shot both the second and the third film back to back. So Netflix just has it in their vault ready to go as soon as possible. And I'm very curious to see when that will be, especially considering all the things going on with Netflix right now. I feel like it's sooner than later. So we'll definitely see that. But let me know your thoughts and opinions on this movie. What did you think? Is this the movie that you were wanting after the first one? I'm not sure what I was expecting after the first one, but pretty much this one turned up the dial on all the things I think that the first one was pretty much talked about of for. So yeah, very interesting stuff right there. But as always, that is gonna do it for me. If you haven't already subscribe, turn that notification bell on. Let me know your thoughts and opinion on this. Like, where do you see this movie like fitting in the whole like? I feel like this is a whole genre now after 50 Shades of Grey, right? But that's a whole nother video for another time. Like, we could definitely talk about all that as well. So anyways, as always, let me know your thoughts and opinions. Like I said, I will be making a theory video on the third film based on what the third book has written in it. I will be looking at that today, and hopefully by tomorrow I should have that video for sure before the weekend. This film just came out, by the way. I was kind of like thinking it was going to come out usually on Friday. We get Netflix stuff, so this came out on Wednesday. So we'll definitely see when people start catching up on it on the weekend. If you caught up on it and you watched this video, appreciate you coming to my video. I do other stuff on other movies as well, such as the upcoming Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness movie, Nope, and all of these other blockbusters in the summer that are coming out. I also have a TikTok and a Twitter where I usually post stuff first, so definitely go check that out. I do also have a podcast. All of them will be provided somewhere here in this space by the end of it. So definitely go check this out when you can. We are on the road to 21,000 subscribers, less than 400 away. So I'm super excited, super happy. Hopefully we can get there before April ends, and definitely would be awesome. So make sure you're subscribed and notification bell turned on. At 25,000 subscribers, we will be doing a giveaway. So make sure you tune in for that. But yeah, 365 days this day. What did you think? Let me know below. Like I said, Laura's alive. I'm pretty sure about that. Adriano and Anna both could die, or one could live, one or the other. I don't think both of them will live by the end of this. And I think this whole Nacho and Massimo and Laura like triangle that's forming is going to be interesting for the next film. And we'll see what they do. They'll probably turn up the volume on. You know what I'm talking about in the next one. So definitely will be interesting to see. Interesting series out of nowhere came and became a hit last year, and Netflix is just seeing green in the eyes. So definitely let me know your thoughts and opinions on all that. But as always, that's gonna do it for me. Thanks for tuning in. Check out the video on the left once it appears. Follow me on all the social medias right here. I'll see you all next time. Stay safe.